The last antibiotic in our unit comprising cell wall active antibiotics is daptomycin. This one's pretty useful for treating some especially resistant bugs. Think of daptomycin as that handy SWAT team you have in your back pocket. What? Microbes giving you resistance? Just stand back and let our daptomycin police department get to work. Our scene takes place at what looks like your average, family-friendly fast food chain. But I think I smell something criminal taking place behind that unassuming stucco facade. The police department has arrived outside, and their vests say Police Dept to emphasize the name daptomycin. And it looks like a wall of protesters has gathered outside the building. Animal cruelty, no doubt. Notice the color of their shirts. Daptomycin's spectrum of activity is similar to that of vancomycin, covering gram-positive bugs such as strep, staph, and enterococcus species. So their outfits are purple for gram-positive, and they're forming a wall to remind you that daptomycin works on the gram-positive cell wall. Daptomycin is a cyclic lipopeptide that inserts its lipid tail into the cell membrane, which leads to depolarization of the cell and cell death. That's bactericidal. To represent this depolarization, we have one of our police officers tasing one of the protesters. And wait for it, down he goes. Notice another protester is getting apprehended by our daptomycin police department. He's resisting arrest. Specifically, he's resisting getting thrown into that van. That van represents vancomycin, and it emphasizes that daptomycin is active against vancomycin-resistant bacterial strains. One such bacterial species is enterococcus, an important cause of nosocomial UTI and endocarditis. A recurring sketchy symbol for enterococcus is our purple double bass drum player who's ready to rock, evoking the appearance of this gram-positive diplococcus. Well, here's our drummer, part of the gram-positive wall of protesters. Protesting animal cruelty is so heavy metal. Daptomycin is also active against staph species, including MRSA, even vancomycin-resistant strains. In previous sketches, MRSA is always associated with the merciless golden staff-wielding pharaoh. And sorry for the blatant product placement, but here we have our mascot for Pharaoh's Chicken. And this symbol of a merciless chicken murderer is also being defaced by an equally merciless protester. It's just another one of our symbols for MRSA coverage. Notice that this is the restaurant with the two golden staffs. The golden staph is our recurring sketchy symbol for Staph aureus. I wanted to quickly go over a few important Staph aureus infections, which can be treated with daptomycin. This gram-positive wall of protesters is united against mistreatment of animals in Pharaoh's Chicken products, and it probably doesn't help that their slogan is, "Pharaoh's Chicken, it's in our blood." This is to remind you of daptomycin's effectiveness in treating MRSA bacteremia. Now notice the rooftops of the restaurant. They rise up to 3 peaks or 3 cusps to remind you that right-sided endocarditis is often associated with bacteremia from skin flora such as staph, and daptomycin is a good drug of choice to treat staph endocarditis. Daptomycin is also approved for the usual stuff, like skin and soft tissue infections caused by MRSA. Daptomycin should not, however, be used to treat pneumonia. This is because it's antagonized by pulmonary surfactant. See this protester here with the rusty lung chest plate? He's here to represent pneumonia, and a police officer tries to tase him, but is deflected harmlessly away. You know what I like to do after shamelessly arresting a few non-violent protesters? That's right, down a #1 Pharaoh's Chicken value meal. Only $7.99. Open all day, even during protesting. Take a look at that police officer over there. He's munching on a bucket of chicken as we speak. That big bite out of the chicken leg represents the myopathy and rarely rhabdomyolysis caused by daptomycin. This can manifest as muscle pains within 1 week of starting therapy. Therefore, creatinine phosphokinase levels should be monitored weekly in patients receiving prolonged treatment. To remind you of this rise in CPK level, we're going to give the officer an order of crispy chicken, with the C, P, and K highlighted. Well, there you have it. Let's sum up this sketch. Daptomycin is effective in treating infections caused by gram-positive pathogens. This is especially important in infections caused by resistant organisms, such as MRSA and vancomycin-resistant Enterococcus species. It works by depolarizing the cell membrane, and it's inactivated by pulmonary surfactant, so don't use it to treat pneumonia. Its major side effect, myopathy. So remember to check that CPK level. And remember to check your conscience next time you visit a Pharaoh's Chicken establishment.